All right, let's address the elephant in the room, or should I say the donkey in the room. We're talking about passports. Those little books that dictate where you can and can't go based on, let's be honest, often arbitrary rules. You might think a US passport is the golden ticket to global travel, and don't get me wrong, it's got its perks. But what if I told you that a Mexican passport might just be the sleeper hit of international travel documents? Stick with me here, because we're about to dive into a spicy comparison that might have you reconsidering everything you thought you knew about passports. Buckle up as we unpack 5 compelling reasons why the Mexican passport might just be the dark horse, or should I say, the dark burrow of the passport world. We're talking visa-free travel, cost efficiency, cultural advantages, and a whole lot more. Get ready to have your preconceived notions challenged, because things are about to get interesting. Let's talk about everyone's favorite travel perk, visa-free travel. It's the difference between strolling through customs with a confident nod and enduring hours of paperwork and questioning looks. Now, while the US passport holds its own, the Mexican passport quietly unlocks a surprising number of doors. We're talking about over 160 countries and territories, folks. That's right, Mexico throws a mean visa-free party, granting access to a significant chunk of the globe, including Europe's Schengen area, Japan, and a whole host of countries in South America, Africa, and Asia. And here's the kicker. The Mexican passport often grants you longer stays in these countries compared to its US counterpart. Think about it, leisurely siestas in Spain, extended sushi adventures in Japan, all without the hassle of visa applications. It's enough to make you shout, "Oh, ole," from the rooftops. So, while the US passport might get you into the club, the Mexican passport lets you skip the line and head straight for the dance floor. Now, I know what you're thinking. But John, what about those fancy European countries? Don't worry, we're not talking about some obscure list of destinations you wouldn't visit even if Ryan Reynolds personally offered to pay for the trip. We're talking about major players in the travel game. Countries with rich history, stunning landscapes, and enough cultural experiences to make your head spin. And the Mexican passport? It's your all-access pass. So the next time you're planning a trip and find yourself drowning in visa applications, just remember, there's a world of travel possibilities out there, and the Mexican passport might just be the key to unlocking them. It's like having a secret handshake that gets you into the coolest parties around the world. And who doesn't love a good party, especially when it comes with a side of churros and tequila? Let's be honest, folks. Passports are basically expensive pieces of cardboard that we've all agreed hold some kind of magical power. But when it comes to the price tag, the Mexican passport pulls off a magic trick the US passport can only dream of. We're talking about a significantly lower cost for obtaining and renewing a Mexican passport compared to its US counterpart. And in this economy, well, that's a saving grace that deserves a standing ovation. Think about it. The money you save on passport fees could be used for, well, actually enjoying the trip you need the passport for. We're talking delicious street tacos, handcrafted souvenirs, maybe even an impromptu salsa dancing lesson or two. And let's not forget about the often complicated process of obtaining a US passport. The paperwork, the appointments, the waiting. It's enough to make you want to stay home and watch reruns of The Amazing Race instead. But with a Mexican passport, the process is generally smoother and more straightforward. It's like the difference between assembling IKEA furniture with instructions in a language you don't understand and having a team of skilled professionals do it for you while you sip on a margarita. So, if you're looking for a passport that won't break the bank and won't require you to navigate a bureaucratic labyrinth, the Mexican passport is here to save the day. It's proof that you don't need to empty your wallet to unlock a world of travel opportunities. And that, my friends, is a beautiful thing. Chapter 3, the perks of being a dual citizen. Now let's talk about a concept that's about as American as apple pie and as Mexican as, well, tacos dual citizenship. That's right, folks, holding both a US and a Mexican passport isn't just possible. It's like having your cake and eating it too. Think about it. You get the benefits of both nationalities, which is like winning the geopolitical lottery. You can live, work, and study in either country without limitations, giving you the freedom to chase your dreams on both sides of the border. And let's not forget about the cultural richness that comes with being a dual citizen. You get to immerse yourself in 2 vibrant cultures, experience different perspectives, and broaden your horizons in ways you never thought possible. It's like having a backstage pass to the best of both worlds, with all the tacos and apple pie you could ever want. And who doesn't love a good taco and apple pie combo? It's the culinary equivalent of world peace. But the benefits of dual citizenship go beyond just personal enrichment. It's also a powerful tool for fostering understanding and collaboration between countries. When you have a foot in two worlds, you become a bridge between cultures, helping to break down stereotypes and build bridges of communication. So if you're lucky enough to have the opportunity to hold both a US and a Mexican passport, embrace it. It's a gift that keeps on giving, opening doors to a world of possibilities and making you a citizen of the world in the truest sense. Chapter 4. Cultural Passport to the World. Let's face it, folks, a passport is more than just a travel document. It's a symbol of your identity, a key to unlocking cultural experiences, and sometimes a conversation starter at awkward cocktail parties. And when it comes to cultural clout, the Mexican passport packs a serious punch. We're talking about a passport that opens doors to a world of vibrant traditions, ancient history, and a warmth of hospitality that's hard to find anywhere else. Imagine strolling through ancient Mayan ruins, feeling the weight of history wash over you. Or indulging in the explosion of flavors that is Mexican cuisine, from savory mole sauces to refreshing aguas frescas. And let's not forget about the music, the art, the literature, a rich tapestry of cultural expression that will captivate your senses and leave you wanting more. But it's not just about the big tourist attractions, it's about the everyday interactions, the genuine connections you make with locals, the feeling of being welcomed into a community that embraces life with open arms. It's about experiencing the world through a different lens, one that's infused with warmth, humor, and a zest for life that's contagious. So if you're looking for a passport that's more than just a piece of paper, a passport that's a gateway to a world of cultural immersion and human connection, the Mexican passport is calling your name. It's your ticket to a journey that will stay with you long after you've unpacked your bags. A journey that will enrich your life and broaden your perspective in ways you never thought possible. Chapter 5. Renewing your passport without renewing your anxiety. Okay, let's talk about the necessary evil of passport renewal. It's the bureaucratic equivalent of going to the dentist. You know you have to do it, but that doesn't make it any less painful. But here's the good news. Renewing your Mexican passport is generally a smoother, more straightforward process compared to its US counterpart. We're talking about less paperwork, shorter wait times, and a system that seems designed to make your life easier, not induce a stress headache. It's like the difference between navigating a well-organized library and getting lost in the Bermuda Triangle of bureaucracy. And let's not forget about the validity period. A Mexican passport is valid for 10 glorious years, which is twice as long as the US passport's measly 5-year lifespan. That's 10 years of worry-free travel, 10 years of spontaneous adventures, 10 years of not having to deal with the dreaded passport renewal process. It's practically a decade of travel freedom, folks. So if you're tired of the passport renewal rigmarole, the Mexican passport is here to liberate you. It's a beacon of efficiency in a world of bureaucratic nightmares, a testament to the fact that things don't always have to be so complicated. And in a world that often feels like it's constantly trying to stress us out, that's a welcome relief. Outro: unlock your travel potential. So, there you have it, folks. The Mexican passport, it's not just a travel document, it's a game changer. From visa-free travel to cultural immersion and everything in between, the Mexican passport offers a unique set of advantages that might just surprise you. Now, I'm not saying you should ditch your US passport and head straight for the border, but what I am saying is this. Don't underestimate the power of a Mexican passport. It's a passport that opens doors to a world of possibilities, a passport that challenges preconceived notions and encourages us to embrace a more interconnected world. So, the next time you're planning a trip, consider the Mexican passport. It might just be the key to unlocking your next great adventure. And as always, thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more thought-provoking content.